5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-595-1395. That's 800-595-1395. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
All right, we're live. Hey, Tina.
The long weekend sale is on at Target.
Luis just came back. How you doing, Tina?
Stock up on grilling must-haves for a few more sunny barbecues. And while you're at it, ease into sweater weather with fresh new fits for the fam. Whether you're hosting, relaxing, or showing off your new style, Target has your deal in-store, online, and in the Target app. Hurry and
Hey, Linda.
the long weekend
Linda's gonna get brushed today.
only at Target.
Hi, baby.
It is 61 degrees right now in the city.
Hello, Luis.
We are going up to 78 degrees today in
Luis,
Midtown.
the fan of
It is
Pokemon.
flat out gorgeous today. The forecast is coming up. Good morning. I'm Kathleen Marple-Kalb. Winds news time, 9:30.
Good morning. I'm Brian Britton. President Trump says no more mail-in voting, declaring on social media Saturday that he will also issue an executive order to require all voters to present identification.
Luis says, sorry that I left for a year. I've been working all year. It's okay. Thanks for coming by today. And Alfredo is in the house.
Clearly gives each state legislature the duty to establish the election rules.
I just got back. I was outside for breakfast this morning. It's a lovely morning here today. Cool weather. And I decided to do a stream and brush Miss Linda. Also, Miss Linda just ate. She should be happy, hopefully. Since she likes Sheba so much, I ordered her a box of Sheba. Wet cat food. So?
No problems if you're heading to the GWB. I know, redundant. Palisades ramp from the GWB upper level. That's closed right now, both ways. It's a vehicle fire that they're taking care of. And here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Inbound at the George Washington Bridge. It's still 5 to 10, but outbound is now 10 to 15, both levels. Jams going back to the westbound cross fronts from Trump Avenue heading to the apartments. And we're also looking at the east side of Manhattan getting slammed, northbound Harlem River Drive. There's delays from the east 160s out to the bridge. Now we're looking at minor delays in and out at the Holland and Lincoln. In Brooklyn, inbound, westbound BQE, super slowdowns. That's a manhole cover missing. I don't know who took it, but it's just past 86th Street, Atlantic Avenue. That's getting slammed as
Okay, Linda.
to make the great escape from that inbound BQE. And traffic is sponsored by Promise Chevrolet. Jody Dale, 1010 wins and 92.3 FM.
Together, let's drive a Promise Chevrolet for just $297 a month and $30.14 due a delivery. Lease a brand new Equinox EV40 wagon RS with front-wheel drive for 24 months.
Hello, Savian.
Enjoy 0.0%
Savian. Hello, welcome. And hello to Mika. Mika's in the house. Thanks for being here. Happy Sunday.
Yeah, I'm seeing lots of people on the beaches right now walking about the city as well, and the weather is perfect for any outdoor activities. Just need the sunscreen today. That sunshine from start to finish, but we'll have low humidity. Temperatures below average for this time of year, and a nice light breeze out there as well. Today's high will be 78. Clear tonight, low 62 in Midtown. Again, 50s in most suburbs, maybe even a few 40s sprinkled in there by morning. Labor Day tomorrow, sunshine, a few clouds, staying very comfortable. High again, 78. For Tuesday, sunshine, a few clouds, 79. More sun and clouds, 79. Wednesday, out of Thursday, good chance of rain late in the day ahead of a cold front. Right now, 64 and sunny, relative humidity 47%. Repeating that current temperature, 64, going up to 78 today. I'm meteorologist Bill Dager on New York's weather station. 1010 winds on 92.3 FM.
Some major changes if you ride the bus in Queens. Beginning today, 38 8 bus routes are being changed in neighborhoods in Astoria, Long Island City, Jackson Heights, Ozone Park, Woodhaven, Howard Beach, and Far Rockaway. MTA says this is the second and final set of changes of the route management design. They say it reduces the numbers of turns that buses have to make, since turning corners takes more time than driving on a straight path, and the whole point of this was to make the buses move faster. The MTA will have staff members at key bus stops today and for the next few days, helping riders with these changes. Mayoral hopefuls are talking about the recent violence in the
Yes,
Bronx.
Washington.
3 teenagers arrested after police say
I ordered Linda a box of Sheba since she really has been loving it. So this time I got her Sheba for her wet food, and it came, and I just gave her one before the stream. So she should be happy.
It's sad. It's
Happy,
just
Linda.
tired of it. It's just guns available everywhere.
Former Governor Cuomo, independent candidate, talking to reporters at a campaign event, says the city needs more police.
Fundamentally, you need more police presence.
Zoran Mamdani, Democratic nominee, disagrees. He says we do not need more police. We need to overhaul policing in general and increase mental health help.
I've been speaking so much about the crisis management system because these are proven methods to help reduce the number of shootings in our city, and yet we continue to underfund them.
Now, late last week, Mayor Adams did announce that the NYPD would be sending 1,000 new officers into the borough. Some sad news. Longtime CBS News Radio White House correspondent Mark Knoller has died. He died Saturday. Knoller reported for CBS Radio for more than 30 years. Former chief White House correspondent...
Tina says, oh yeah, I was chatting with my sister this morning.
...that he was the unofficial presidential historian and statistician. He gets records of everything.
I can remember numerous calls.
You know what time it is, right, Linda?
To our little CBS booth there, from White House aides asking
Do you know what time it is?
information about their own administrations that they didn't know.
She's like, she gave me a little...
Their president had done, how many speeches, how many utterances of all sorts, how many movements, how many states they've been to.
Knoller was a New Yorker, born in Brooklyn, graduated from NYU. He began his career as an intern at WNEW. Mark Knoller died Saturday in Washington, D.C. He was 73. Coming up, 1010 Wins Entertainment, a 14-minute standing ovation. We'll tell you the movie that got it next.
Have you or a loved one been sickened in the Central Harlem Legionnaire's disease outbreak? You may be entitled to money. Call Ronald Catter, the Legionnaire's lawyer, at 844-LEGION-4 to see if you have a claim. He's won millions for New Yorkers just like you. There's no legal fee unless he recovers money for you, and the call is free. Call 844-LEGION-4 to speak with the Legionnaire's lawyer. 844-LEGION-4. That's 844-LEGION-4. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Lunch was great. Greenwich Village is a fun spot.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI.
Oh, okay. Thanks for being here, Alfredo. Alfredo was watching something else. He saw Linda.
Prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you are allergic to
Yep, I was outside this morning early. Went for breakfast.
Tell your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or
local
allergic
diner.
reactions. Take Creon as
And
directed
came
by your
back.
doctor always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation.
And saw Linda. The food had come, Sheba. Gave her a Sheba.
Call 800-633-911.
And I decided to brush her and do a little live today. So here we are
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
on this Labor Day weekend.
It was a 14-minute standing ovation. The crowd leaping to their feet and applauding for 14 minutes at the conclusion of Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein at the Venice Film Festival. Both Del Toro and the star of the film, Jacob Elordi, broke down
Put
in
your
tears
PayPal,
as the
Tasco.
film
No, it's okay,
premiere,
Alfredo.
and they saw this
Thank you.
reaction from the crowd. Frankenstein hits theaters on October 17th
This
and
is-
then moves to streaming. It hits Netflix.
The fact that you guys are here makes it
November 7th. Kim Novak,
makes
now
it
she's
worth
thrilled
it
with
for me.
the biopic
We're just
that's
doing,
all about her.
we chat, catch up,
It wasn't supposed to happen.
and that's it.
It shouldn't have happened. It had to happen. We're in love. That's all that counts.
house. Listen to him. Listen.
Go back there with Jimmy Stewart in Vertigo, but she was in love with singer Sammy Davis Jr., and that's what the new movie is all about. The now 92-year-old says the movie called Scandalous and starring
Oh, Prince.
Sweeney.
Tina says she had a conversation with Crom, the prince of Galice.
Their relationship was about at all. No release date has been set for the film.
Entertainment on 1010 Wins is sponsored by Shulman and Hill, New York's injury lawyers.
Go to hurtny.com.
That's hurtny.com. Do you have an immigration question? Download the free immigrationquestion.com app available on Apple and Android. Go to immigrationquestion.com and have
No.
answered from
I'm gonna do.
attorneys.
Oh no, Linda. Now I have to do.
Are free. This is a limited time offer. Go to immigrationquestion.com. The easy way to get your immigration question answered.
I'm gonna do your belly.
IMMIGRATION.
Come on. We're doing your belly. No.
STION.com. Go to immigrationquestion.com. The easy way to get your immigration question answered. Immigrationquestion.com is an interactive site between attorneys and the public. It's not a law firm or connected with USCIS. Go to immigrationquestion.com.
She ain't happy, but I did her belly. I did your belly.
Your immigration question answered. Go to immigrationquestion.com.
Hello, Heikki. Welcome.
Download the free Odyssey app and you can make 1010 Wins a favorite.
The News Watch never stops. This is 1010 Wins.
All right, we have to finish, Linda. We're almost done.
You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good morning, 64 degrees, nothing but sunshine at 9:40 on this Sunday, August 31st. I'm Brian Britton. Here's what's happening. Community activists in Queens say the NYPD hasn't done enough to stop the prostitution and the drugs on Roosevelt Avenue. They're asking the federal government to step in. Labor Day holiday continues, hoping for a better day at Newark Liberty. FAA staffing issues yesterday caused hours-long delays. Police are looking for the person who shot 3 people in the East Village this morning. All 3 victims are alive. They're being treated at the hospital. Legendary law enforcement officer Sheriff Buford Pusser, the inspiration for the movie Walking Tall, may not have been a good guy at all.
This case is not about tearing down a legend.
Tennessee officials say he killed his wife. And a big congratulations to our own Mitch Levy, celebrating his 67th year of being on the radio in New York. His work anniversary this weekend. When he started on 1010 Wins, we sounded like this.
That guy must be the original guy left on 1010 Wins. I haven't heard him in a while. I have this radio here today.
Sports, Yankees win, Mets in New York, Liberty lose, AccuWeather sun, some clouds, beautiful day, low humidity and a high of 78. Wins News Time 9:41. Let's get you where you need to go. Here's Jody Vale.
Well, you're not going
Happy weekend to you, Heikki.
On the GWB, the parameters to make that Palisades ramp from the GWB upper level. That's closed right now, both ways. That's for a vehicle fire. And here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Inbound's about 10 to 15 minutes now at the George Washington Bridge. Outbound, we're looking at 15 to 20, both levels. Jams going back to the westbound cross fronts from Avenue heading to the apartments. The east side of Manhattan, northbound Harlem River Drive. That's also getting slammed. We're seeing those delays in the East 160s heading out to the bridge. Now, we still have minor delays.
Yes, Mika, thank you.
And Lincoln Tunnel,
This is a vintage. This is an older radio.
Brooklyn inbound, it's also super slow. Go on and BQE combo.
This radio is from the 80s, Mika.
Avenue up to the Brooklyn Bridge. And then the East River crossings, 59th Street Bridge, lower level, that crash into Manhattan. That's being cleared out, but we're still seeing those delays.
Boombox.
Queens Boulevard. So take the upper level. Midtown Tunnel into Manhattan definitely looks better. Jody Dale, 1010 Wins and 92.3 FM.
A follow-up now to a story we've been telling you about here on 1010 Wins months after the NYPD said they had cleaned up the crime rate in Roosevelt Avenue and Jackson Heights. Advocates say it's not the case. The prostitution, drugs are out of control. They want the feds involved.
The Restore Roosevelt
All right,
Coalition says it's time to bring in the federal government.
We're going to formally be asking the Attorney General to put her resources here and to engage in more investigations.
She's purring, so that's a good sign.
A better place for everyone.
They say Operation Restore Roosevelt Avenue thinned out. The community once again plagued with the same illegal activity.
Organized crime, transnational gangs, cartels.
Not quite.
but consistency.
Quite a decent
their
amount.
approach to getting this under control.
We're not going away. We're not backing down. We're going to be at a criminal location every Sunday until our community gets better.
Amanda Alexander, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
And that is Hiram Montserrat, community activist, former assemblyman. Another gorgeous day as we wrap up summer, unofficially wrap it up, of course. The calendar says summer keeps on going, but the school calendar says, kids, summer's over. Kids go back to school in the city on Thursday, so get out and enjoy it today, tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday.
It's looking great. We're talking about sunshine, a few clouds, low humidity the next couple of days with temperatures in the upper 70s. Nighttime lows mostly in the 50s, even a few 40s in some suburbs. Our next chance of rain is not till later in the week.
AccuWeather's Bill Dager, 64 right now, sunshine. Tough day at Newark Airport yesterday. FAA
Oh, yeah,
they
Heike.
didn't have enough staff to handle demand when it comes to air traffic control.
Mika says the
Flights were
colors
delayed
look
by
like the
2
80s.
hours.
Yeah, I think they made it in black,
Labor Day
too.
Weekend, flying the hopefully friendly skies.
A speed bump in Texas.
I do have a video of it
Strong storms delaying
on my other
hundreds of
channel.
flights in and out of Dallas.
Some
The
videos.
getaway had a rough start for these
But
planes.
this
The
is
jet hitting turbulence
this sounds
on a
great
flight from Aspen,
on
Colorado
AM in
to
particular.
Houston on
Even the ones that I have,
Thursday.
they don't
Data
sound
shows
nothing
it
like
dropped
this one. This one
4,000
is
feet in a minute. 2 people were hurt. Someone in front of me flew up
great.
and hit the ceiling.
I have it running off of batteries right now.
Correspondent Elise Preston. Don't forget this weekend also the Juve celebration in Queens. The West Indian Day Parade kicks off tomorrow morning in Brooklyn. This resident very excited about the festivities. All about
I should make one day a video in depth talking about it.
There will be all sorts of closures around the parade route on Eastern Parkway, so we'll keep you covered with traffic and transit. Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch says the police department for the event, which has been marred by violence in recent years, the police deployment will be bigger than Times Square for New Year's Eve. Time to get an update now with sports.
The Yankees kept the good times rolling on Saturday as they outlasted the White Sox in 11 innings 5-3 for their 7th straight win. With the victory, Austin Wells and company pulled within 2 games of the Blue Jays for first place in the American League East.
Things can change quickly. We're just going to go play every single day, and at the end, I think we're confident that we're going to be in a good spot.
Wells hit his 19th home run.
Tina says, "Oh no! Luis ate the last gummy pop."
Luis Gil is on the hill for
Luis, why'd you do that?
Against Martin Perez. First pitch on WFAN is at 2:10 p.m. Juan Soto stayed hot on Saturday as he had a pair of home runs in the Mets' 11-8 loss to the Marlins. The second homer etched his name in the record book.
16 people watching, 7 likes. Thank you very much for watching. Smash that like button. And thank you for being here.
For 3 different franchises. After the game,
And hello to Tama. Tama's in the house.
satisfied with at the moment.
The walks. It's definitely one of the things help the most. That means I'm seeing the ball well. I'm seeing everything in the right spot, and when they're coming at me, I'm making damage.
The Mets and Marlins wrap up their 4-game series Sunday afternoon. Shohei Ohtani gets to start for New York against Sandy Alcantara. First pitch on Odyssey Mets Radio is at 1:40. From the WFAN Sports Desk, I'm Tony Pierno.
Police investigating a shooting this morning in the East Village just after 12:30 this morning. Police tell 1010 Wins 3 guys were shot outside of 890 East 6th Street. Victims include a 41-year-old male who was shot in the groin, and a 35-year-old and a 37-year-old. They were both shot multiple times, all 3 being treated at Bellevue. Police say no suspect, no motive, but they are investigating. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky expressing frustration with what he calls Russia's lack of constructive engagement on ending the war. He's accusing Russia of dragging out negotiations.
The Trump administration has approved a new $825 million arms sale to Ukraine, including more than 3,000 extended-range missiles. Part of the funding for the sale comes from America's NATO
Tina says,
allies.
I'm a cat now.
That comes as Russia continues its lethal nighttime attacks on Ukraine's cities.
Correspondent Holly Williams. Amid threats from President Trump about sending troops and federal agents to Chicago, Democratic Mayor Brandon Johnson says his city will, and I'm quoting here from an order he is signing, pursue all available legal and legislative avenues to counter coordinated efforts from the federal government. He says if the feds move in, it would violate the rights of the city and its residents.
Aldermen who support the mayor's order say it sends a clear message to the White House.
It's also a statement in history to let people know exactly who we are as a city, what's important to us, and to call out an authoritarian in the White House.
Governor J.B. Pritzker has said sending military troops to Chicago would be, quote, an invasion with U.S. troops.
Correspondent Noel Brennan. The famed Tennessee sheriff Buford Pusser, who inspired the 1970s Hollywood movie Walking Tall, along with a series of sequels and remakes, has now been implicated in his wife's 1967 murder. For years, the sheriff's wife's murder was thought to be done at the hands of someone targeting him for vengeance, but now the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, well, they say they think the sheriff likely killed his own wife during a domestic dispute.
If he were allowed today to present an indictment to the McNairy County Grand Jury for their consideration against Buford Pusser for the murder of his wife, Pauline.
Mark Davidson, DA. Pusser died in a car crash 7 years after the death of his wife. The Rock played his character, or the character inspired by Pusser in a 2004 remake. 64 degrees right now. I see a whole bunch of sunshine out the window. Sunshine as we look across the daily forecast as well. 64 right now. We're going up to 78.
You know what they say about judging a book by its cover? Everyone with an addiction has a story to tell. Don't know, don't judge. Addiction is a treatable medical condition. What helps people seek treatment is support. What does not help is shame and stigma. We can all make a difference. Learn how at oasis.ny.gov. The New York State Office of Addiction Services and Supports. Every step of the way.
Hey, I heard you switched banks. How's it going? Yep. Ditched a big corporate bank. Hanover Bank made it easy. I moved my business and personal accounts.
Hanover Bank, are they local?
Totally. Decisions made right here. Their team lives in the same communities they serve, so the money stays local, benefiting businesses, homes, and futures in our town.
Sounds like you're banking with neighbors.
Exactly. Real people, real service.
I'm sold. Hanover Bank, huh? I'm checking them out.
Visit HanoverBank.com. Hanover Bank. Forward together.
Have you been discriminated or retaliated against at work based on your race, gender, pregnancy, sexual orientation, disability, medical leave, or whistleblower status? Have you been sexually harassed by a bad boss or coworker, or been cheated out of pay or overtime wages? The law firm of Kleiman Ginsberg fights for employees like you who have been treated unfairly in the workplace and will aggressively fight to get you the compensation you deserve. If you believe you are a victim of discrimination, been sexually harassed, or have been wrongfully terminated, give Kleinman Ginsberg a call now for a free consultation. The law firm of Kleinman Ginsberg only gets paid if you get paid. Call 877-8-JOB-LAW. That's 877-8-JOB-LAW. Call the employment lawyers at Kleinman Ginsberg now at 877-8-JOB-LAW. That's 877-8-JOB-LAW. Call 877-8-JOB-LAW today. The Window and Plate Glass Dealer Association, with their partner, Glazier's Local 1087, wishes you a happy Labor Day weekend as laborers everywhere continue to build the country's strength, prosperity, and well-being. Building America, building New York, one beautiful structure at a time.
Wayne's News on 9:51. Let's get you where you need to go. Here's Jody Vale.
It's still a mess at the GWB. Vehicle fire closing the upper level.
Oh, potatoes with you, Tina.
The Palisades. That is just jamming you up. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and
Give that sweet potato a nice kiss.
Still about 5 to 10, but outbound are up to 15 to 20.
And Tina says I sneezed. Well, bless you, Tina. And bless that beautiful potato who looks so much like Linda.
East side of Manhattan, northbound Harlem River Drive. That's taking its time from the East 160s up to the bridge. Holland and Lincoln, your best bets. Just some minor delays in and out right now. More disarray at the East River crossings. Looking at the 59th Street Bridge, lower level crash. It's being cleared out, but still super slow into Manhattan with at least a lane block. Delays are back to Queens Boulevard, so go up. Midtown Tunnel into Manhattan looks better. And in Queens, westbound LAE, watch out for the jam ups at the BQE. Eastbound's going to be slow.
Tina says, I do a yow to call potato. She likes.
And the Mets game at City later, so leave early. Jody Vale, 10-10 wins, 92.3 FM.
Well, let's get the accurate with the 4-day forecast. If it's anything like today, I think we're in for a good 4 days, meteorologist Bill Dager.
Oh, we absolutely are, Brian. Right through Wednesday, our forecast looking great. After that, some rain in our forecast and some cooler weather for next weekend. But we'll take 78 for today with sunshine and a few afternoon clouds. Nice day with low humidity. Clear tonight, down to 62 in Midtown, 50s in most suburbs, maybe even a few 40s in some spots. Labor Day tomorrow, sunshine, a few clouds, remaining very comfortable. High again, 78. Back to work and school Tuesday and Wednesday. Sunshine, a few clouds, still nice. Highs near 79 both days. And then as we head into Thursday, a chance of rain late in the day and then cooler behind that for next weekend. Right now, 64 and sunny, relative humidity 47%. Repeating the current temperature, 64, going up to 78 today in Midtown. I'm meteorologist Bill Decker on New York's weather station. 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
Well, by far my favorite story of the day as we say happy anniversary to Mitch Levy. Yeah,
Damn, 67 years, that guy. He's been on this. I wanna.
Of being on New York radio. This song that you're hearing in the background, Patricia by Perez Prado and his orchestra, the very first song that young Mitch played on WINS. He was a teenage DJ. He was 16 back on August 30th, 1958. That is when Mitch hit the airwaves in New York, and he's still going. You know, back in the 1950s, we were still a music station, but we did break for news.
Wingspan, you have heard the news. Your tip on a news story could lead to the $25 Top Weekly Wins Award. Wins Newsline number, Judson 27012. Remember, when news breaks out, Wins breaks in. WINS on radio. New York. New York, first on radio.
From the teenage disc jockey at age 16 to a long-standing career that's taken him to stations like WGBB, WNBC, WWRL, WCBS, and of course, going full circle right back where he started here at WINS 1010 Winds. Happy 67th work anniversary to our Mitch Levy. Unbelievable.
Wow.
The best story I get to tell you today.
67 years.
We were chatting earlier.
Oh, you sneezed too, Alfredo? Ouch, says Alfredo. I sneezed.
Columbus Circle, number one, I believe. Columbus Circle back in the 1950s when he started.
I always like listening to those old jingles. I heard it earlier. They've been talking about this story, but I like it to hear those old jingles, the way it used to sound.
He was to music radio. So congratulations again to Mitch. Well, the most expensive home in the United States is now up for sale, and so far there's been no Powerball winner who can own it. The Powerball, by the way, nobody hit last night, so it's up to $1.1 billion for tomorrow night's drawing. But if you go to Aspen, Colorado, the most expensive home in the U.S. is for sale. $300 million is the asking price. 18 bedrooms, 20 bathrooms, 74 acres. Property
$300 million for a house?
$30,000 a year.
The 1010 Wins Pickleball Tournament presented by Nissan is back.
Sponsored in part by Jack Physical Therapy. Get back the life you love.
Makbul
with
Bao.
Physical Therapy.
This Labor Day weekend, we're celebrating
I don't know what you said, but hello and welcome.
Store milestone with the entire Bob's family across the country. For more than 30 years, we believe everyone deserves the home they love.
Cat.
That's why we brought our everyday
Yes.
low prices on furniture, mattresses, and more to over 200
Welcome,
locations
Makbul
from coast to coast and
Bao.
counting. Not to mention free treats for the whole family in our cafes. Celebrate Bob's Discount Furniture's 200 store milestone this Labor Day weekend. Oh my God.
Are you a nonprofit seeking affordable office space in Manhattan? Situated in the heart of Morningside Heights, the Interchurch Center offers below-market lease rates to nonprofits. The Interchurch Center
Tina.
holds a multitude of mission
Thunderstorm on that
organizations,
copy sneeze moment.
with below-market office space, 24/7 security, on-site dining, wellness programs, networking events, and stunning views. The Interchurch Center, a community for nonprofits by a nonprofit. Visit interchurch-center.org.
Time now for Bloomberg Money Watch.
Is another Top Gun movie the answer for Paramount Skydance?
Good morning, aviators. This is your captain speaking.
David Ellison seems to think so. The new CEO wants to produce as many as 20 movies a year and create more content for the company's Paramount Plus streaming service. Ellison could bring them. He has a background as an independent film and TV producer and has already begun putting his mark on
Hello,
Paramount,
slippery hand.
offering the exclusive rights
Welcome.
to all events from the UFC in the U.S. over the next 7 years. I'm Lisa Mateo. Bloomberg Money Watch on 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
Hi, I'm Steve Harris, founder of Harris Law.
When Tina
So you
went
didn't
to her
sneeze,
storage
Alfredo,
unit,
so you were
she
capping.
slipped on a puddle and broke her hip.
Of course.
We got her $800,000. I'll tell you how right after this.
Have you been the victim of negligence or malpractice?
Talking cat.
Harris Law,
Yeah.
New York's premier injury law firm, is a
What?
tough, dedicated legal team that will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call 212-593-7600 or visit harrislawnyc.com.
Tina's storage unit had an air
Just fix
conditioner
this.
that leaked from condensation. Although technicians made 3 service calls, maintenance records showed that each visit lasted less than 10 minutes. Since the condensation didn't start until after they left, the issue was never resolved. That's how we proved negligence, and that's how we got Tina $800,000.
Call Harris Law today, 212-593-7600 or harrislawnyc.com. The consultation is free. The compensation could be millions.
This Labor Day weekend, we're celebrating Bob's Discount Furniture's 200th store milestone with the entire Bob's family across the country. For more than 30 years, we believed everyone deserves the home they love. That's why we brought our everyday low prices on furniture, mattresses, and more to over 200 locations from coast to coast and counting. Not to mention free treats for the whole family in our cafes. Celebrate Bob's Discount Furniture's 200 store milestone this Labor Day weekend. Oh my God!
Oh no. Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
My debit card.
their debit card.
Where'd I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound, that's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
WINS FM in HD1 New York. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
More people get their news from 1010 Wins than from any other radio station in the nation. Tanya Mercado is at the editor's desk. Good morning, I'm Brian Britton.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM, New York.
Good morning. 61 degrees at 10 o'clock. I'm Kathleen Marple-Kalb, and here's what's happening. Need some help here. Roosevelt Avenue community leaders asked the feds to get involved in the cleanup. 10 Wins Amanda Alexander on the story.
We're not going away. We're not backing down.
Weather couldn't be better, but it's not such a perfect weekend at some airports and beaches. We've got the latest AccuWeather and all the info you need coming up. East Village shooting leaves 3 men wounded, all stable. Police looking for suspects. Israel says it's killed a high-profile Hamas member amid new criticism of the war in Gaza. The bad news is you didn't win the billion-dollar Powerball jackpot. The good news is neither did anybody else. It's $1.1 billion for tomorrow. Yanks and Mets in action. U.S. Open play continues. 10 Wins AccuWeather, sunny, beautiful, low humidity, high 78. Wednesday's time 10:01. Let's get you where you need to go. Here's Jody Vale.
Well, it's kind of painful at the East River crossings. Bumper to bumper, 59th Street Bridge crash still being cleared out lower levels, super slow into Manhattan. Those delays back to Queens Boulevard, so go up. Midtown Tunnel into Manhattan looks a lot better. Then in Brooklyn, eastbound belt, that's also slow down speech volume between Shell Road and Coney Island Avenue. Expect delays on the inbound BQE between the Gowanus Merge up to the Brooklyn Bridge. And the Hudson River crossings, well, patience needed. Still a mess at the GW.
Alfredo says today Liverpool and Arsenal are playing. Best match possible right now. Horses are usually at stables. That's right, Tina. That's correct.
Outbound side, westbound Cross Bronx crunched from Jerome Avenue heading to the apartments. East side of Manhattan also getting jammed up northbound Harlem River Drive. Delays in the East 160s up to the bridge. Holland and Lincoln, your best bets. Minor delays in and out. And traffic is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan. Jody Vale, 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Roosevelt Avenue community leaders want some federal help. It's a new move on a story we've been following here at 1010 Wins.
Roosevelt Avenue saw a period of slight success, but hope once again
began fading in the community after illegal activity finds its way back to the avenue. Former council member Hiram Monserrat says they're
not backing down. We're going to be at a criminal location every Sunday until our community gets better.
And the Restore Roosevelt Avenue Coalition now calling on AG Pam Bondi for federal help.
Despite the best efforts of the NYPD, who has effected many arrests, we are still plagued with brothels, streetwalkers, crimes, and drug sales.
So why the federal government?
Only the federal government and their tools and their law enforcement toolbox to really go after the bad players.
Amanda Alexander, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
The weather may be gorgeous, but it's not a pretty scene at some airports and beaches this holiday weekend. Let's start with the latest from AccuWeather meteorologist Bill Dager.
Well, the Joubert Festival kicks off on Labor Day in Brooklyn, and the weather is looking great. We're expecting sunshine, low humidity, dry weather. Temperatures will be in the 60s in the morning, upper 70s by the afternoon. And we expect the same weather out ahead of that today, upper 70s with low humidity and a cool night tonight. Our next chance of rain's not till Thursday. I'm AccuWeather's Bill Dager on New York's weather station, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
It was not a gorgeous day at Newark Liberty yesterday. Arrivals delayed by as much as 2 hours at one point. More than 2.4 million travelers expected to come through Newark this weekend. Now, if you'll be on the ground,
millions are expected to be traveling via car. The best advice from AAA is the timing, right? When do you want to avoid the traffic? They say bookend your traffic, either leaving early in the morning or later in the evening. Gas prices are lower than last year. AAA says the national average for a gallon of gas is down from $3.36 to currently $3.20.
Correspondent Melissa Adon reporting. And speaking of ugly, there's the issue of fecal contamination at some area beaches. Suffolk officials closed Benjamin's Beach in Bayshore last week because bacteria levels were too high. It has the potential to cause anything from eye infections to gastrointestinal illness. Up and down the East Coast from Florida to Maine, there were some beaches that had to close for similar reasons. Of course, stay with 1010 Wins throughout the holiday weekend for the latest AccuWeather traffic and all the info you need. The grown-ups get to celebrate the West Indian Day Parade tomorrow, but kids took their turn at the Brooklyn Museum yesterday. The annual Junior Carnival Parade gave them a chance to dress up in costume, even take some time on stilts, and march down Eastern Parkway with their families and enjoy a special carnival. The festival is
long
fun,
cat.
but attendees
Look at her.
Sapphire told 1010 Wins it's important, too.
Long.
Connecting back to our roots, the things that's
Right?
free. It's a rebellion against the
Ready to go?
We decided no more oppression, no more slavery.
Tomorrow is the big Juve celebration and West Indian Day Parade on Eastern Parkway. Of course, stay with 1010 Wins for full coverage and all the traffic and transit info you need to get around. Police have their suspect in the brutal beating of a 1-year-old girl in the Bronx, a 19-year-old man. This attack happened Thursday night inside a home at 664 Union Avenue in the Melrose section. The little girl was found severely beaten and nearly unconscious. She was taken to the hospital in critical but stable condition. 19-year-old Jerome Thomas now charged with 2 counts of assault and endangering the welfare of a child. 3 men were wounded in a shooting in the East Village early today. This happened just after 12:30 a.m. outside 890 East 6th Street. Police say a 41-year-old man was shot in the groin. A 35-year-old and a 37-year-old had body wounds. All were taken to the hospital in stable condition, and all are said to be recovering. At this point, there's no word of a suspect or any possible motive. It's 61 degrees right now in the city. AccuWeather says we are going up to 78 today in Midtown. Sun and not particularly humid. Nice day on the way. Coming up next, Israel moves on Gaza City and draws new criticism.
John Montone, why do you look so down? Todd, Labor Day is looming. So long, summer. Farewell, flip-flops. There'll be frost on my beach blanket. At Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, we are focused on keeping...
I don't think Alfredo. I think Alfredo's capping, Tina. He didn't sneeze. Bob, bless you too. Bo, I bless him anyways.
Vehicle fees.
Or lease the new 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab 4x4 for $399 a month for 42 months with just $29.95 down plus tax, title, registration, and motor vehicle fees.
No matter what season it is, a Jeep or Ram truck from Ramsey can handle whatever the road has in store.
The Labor Day sales event happening now at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Call 833-853-2969 for details. VIN number SE310793, MSRP 43575, 0 security deposit. VIN number SN74724, MSRP 52790, 0 security deposit. VIN 9225.
New developments in Gaza this morning. Israeli officials are saying Hamas spokesman Abu Ubaidah has been killed. The word comes as the head of the International Red Cross condemns the Israeli offensive in Gaza City, saying the plan to force out civilians can't be done safely. Israeli officials are saying they'll soon have to halt or slow humanitarian aid for this latest offensive against Hamas.
Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said that
All right, guys, I'm going to say goodbye for now. And I'll be back soon, hopefully. I don't know when. But I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, Labor Day weekend here in the States. And we'll talk soon, everybody. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.